Incoming transmission.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to the Castle of Confusion. Yes, indeed, it is time for another retro game review, and this time it is the final of the Final Fight series on the Super Nintendo. I'm going to shut up now while the intro plays, and I will be back shortly afterwards. You have to love the way that Haggar was there, sitting, watching nonchalantly as that big explosion happened in his city. It's just, what? Look, Haggar just looks so bothered. He had nothing to say, evidently, but to look at the camera in a shifty manner. Okay, that was the intro there for Final Fight 3. Here we go. Let's get stuck in and see who we've got to play with this time. Okay, so we got Guy, we got Dean, Lucia, and of course Haggar. That's who we're going to start with today. Seems tradition, almost, doesn't it? Alright, so he's beefed up a bit. Looks like he's been bench pressing Buicks again. Yeah, so, the spinning pile driver, the spinning lariat makes a return. Oh, what was that? Some sort of overhead gorilla press. Oh, the spinning pile driver also making a triumphant return. Whatever the else have they done? Not quite sure what's with the creeper animation there. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Yeah, okay, nice big sprites, colourful as you'd expect from a Final Fight game, to be quite honest with you. But the animations don't seem as smooth. Oh, leg drop. Oh, they've got rid of the big boo manoeuvre, which is quite interesting. Okay, so they've changed a few bits and pieces on this guy then. The strap on his chest is still mysteriously swapping sides for no reason. Okay, yeah, nice combo attack there. A couple of punches and an overhead punch there. The drop kicks in as well. Good stuff. So they haven't changed too much. They've put in a couple of new things. We've got a super meter at the bottom, which has just vanished. I'm not quite sure what that's about yet. Yeah, he's I don't know that walking animation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but and that overhead press just seems a little bit too. I don't know. I preferred the suplex, I think, from Final Fight 2. Backgrounds, a bit gaudy, aren't they? Not as quite as good, I don't think. They're not quite as vibrant. There's not a lot going in. Oh, that was nice. Okay, that's new. You can now grab opponents from behind, apparently, and then do a suplex. But it's still not the same somehow. The animations don't seem quite as smooth in this version of the game. Yeah, is it me, or does it just look a little bit lazy in comparison to the others? It just doesn't feel as smooth. The characters, I mean, you can't fault the character design. They are good. Sprites are huge. Brilliant stuff. Oh, that was nice. That was quite cool. Oh, we can run. Hey! Okay, that's new as well. So we can now do running attacks. That, I believe, was in another game from Capcom. What was it called? Captain Commando. Yes, you could do running attacks in that. Right, so, yeah, backgrounds, yeah, they're not as good, are they? Graphically, I think Final Fight 2 was actually better I think, anyway, that's just a personal opinion, but from looking at this, even the mob characters don't look quite as well thought out. I thought the mob design in Final Fight 2 was absolutely brilliant. There you go, take that, Ray. And G, that was exactly just one letter for his name. And Dirk, there's Dirk there, getting his ass handed to him. And a spinning pile driver finishes Ray. Okay, so we've got the drain pipe return as well. And this guy looks like the policeman from Final Fight 1. They run out of ideas. Nice big sprite though. I mean, you can definitely tell that's a boss character, which is nice. Wasn't the guys called Eddie in Final Fight, the original Final Fight? The policeman boss that you got to on that, I think, was called Eddie. So yeah, it's kind of like a rehash of that boss from Final Fight, which is a shame. Oh, that was a nice truncheon whirl that you just did there. Yeah, nice AI there from the guy in orange, just walking against the truck there. Oh, it's Billy. Billy No Mates. He's obviously not got a clue what he was doing. But yeah, boss encounters on Final Fight are always cool, I think. Even on this, it's kind of cool to have another big guy to beat the hell out of. But it does feel a bit lazy that they've gone back to using or recycling bosses from other versions of the game, because it's not even the same guy. If it was like Eddie come back for revenge, that would have been, you know, interesting. And this guy doesn't even pull a revolver on you. So it's just a cheap imitation of Eddie. Okay. Anyway, boss fights as per usual. Knock them down into the yellow, and then that's going to be finishing them off. But yeah, it just doesn't have the same Final Fight vibe to me. I mean, you guys might enjoy it if you give it a go, but I just didn't feel it was as smooth. The animations didn't feel quite as polished, which is a shame, because the Final Fight franchise was actually very good up till now. It's just very same old, isn't it? So, yes. Well, I'm going to give you guys a taster in a minute of the other characters that we've got. A little cutscene here, which joins the scenes together. I'm not sure these are all together necessary, quite honestly. You know, we didn't have this in any of the Final Fight games. I don't think we really needed it in this one. It just detracts away from the action in the game, and it doesn't really add anything to it, as far as I'm concerned. There's a bit of character development for this fella, but that's about it, really. I just don't feel... I mean, even the intro I felt was just tedious and too long, quite honestly. I don't think they really needed to do it for as long as they did, which is a shame, because, you know, we could have just had more action, more levels and stuff, you know. We don't need to have these incredibly long cutscenes and stuff. I just thought it broke up the immersion a little bit, to be honest with you. But there you go. Anyway, this is Dean, as he's just introduced himself as. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys Guy, and we'll see how he's changed from Final Fight 1, because he was obviously absent in Final Fight 2. Okay, so overall, he's now ditched the orange and gone with red. And he's now got trainers on instead of his ninja boots that he had in Final Fight 1. You can see the animations are fairly loyal to the original. He's got a bit of jazz hands going on there when you stand still, though. But other than that, you know, that's cool. But yeah, the animations for Guy, quite smooth, nice. So it feels a bit more fluid than Haggar, I have to say. It doesn't feel quite as plunky, which is nice. You can see he has that punch mechanism going on, and the combo into the spin kick, which is great. Yep. Okay. Well, we've kept that intact, which is nice. We're gonna. Oh, look at that! That was nice. That was the grab from behind for Guy. Smashes him into the floor. But like I said, I think that's kind of a wasted opportunity with those, because unless you can stun them, you can't really get behind them. So, yeah, it kind of the same for all characters, really. You know, it's there if you can use it, great. But chances are, unless you're actually in your multiplayer game, you're not going to. So I thought I'd just do the first level with each character, and then you could see the differences between them all. So we're going to move on now with, I think this is Dean. Yes. Okay. Oh God, look at that. Oh, look at that walk. Does he need some roller skates for his knuckles? Yeah. Okay. Well, this just feels horrible. Quite honestly, this feels really nasty. He's not even really connecting. The grab maneuver just pounds their faces into the what the hell was that? Okay, that was his special move. Where he seems to electrocute them for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Not quite sure what that's about. I don't particularly like the animation on that. I don't know. He just looks like a gorilla trying to walk through the streets. But nice overhead punch there. I think that might be a stun. What is with that? Why does he do that? There's no sense to this whatsoever. Kind of a choke slam maneuver there. But really, I'm not impressed with this guy at all. No, this is just horrible. I mean, why does his hands do that? I don't know. What were they thinking? I mean, this could have been a really cool character, but no, they've missed a trick with this, haven't they? But yeah, I think this is probably, I don't know, I haven't tried Lucia yet, but this is the worst one by far so far, and really unnecessary. I'm really disappointed in this game, really disappointed, and it's such a shame because it could have gone out on such a high. There is another Final Fight game, I think Final Fight Revenge, and that was an arcade, which is kind of a true sequel to the first one, because the first one was ported, but then there wasn't Final Fight 2 or 3 on the arcade. Okay, so this feels better. Bit of a homage to Chun-Li there, I think. Yeah, this is Lucia. This feels much better. This is kind of a lot more responding to the controls as well. Yeah, she's quite nice to play, actually. There's a bit of a suspect animation going on in the chest department when she stands still. But hey, you know, it's entertaining to say the least. But yeah, she's got this nice sort of kick combination going on, which as you can see is pretty much Chun-Li's 1000 kick or whatever it's called. Can't remember what they called it in Street Fighter 2. But that is such a homage to Chun-Li there. That's her special maneuver, the big whirly kick, and it missed everybody, which is fantastic. So yeah, this one is definitely the one that I feel more comfortable with, not because it's a lady, but just because the animations are faster and smoother. She's got some really cool attacks. I don't think they've ever seen a woman move, quite honestly, because no woman I know moves like that. But yeah, this is kind of nice. I mean, I think if you had Guy and Lucia as a two-player option, I think that would actually work really nicely. I mean, the worst case would be to have Haggar and Dean in the same multiplayer game. Anyway, that's about it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the review. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 10. I will catch you on the next video. Make sure you check us out on social media, www.facebook.com/deadgoodcomics. And I will catch you next time, guys. Take care. Over and out.